can of paint, and a foam brush. I know you guys are probably saying there's no way you can paint a frame with a foam brush. If it works, can it be wrong? Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Motorcycle Rewind. Today we're with the 1968 CB350 KO. That was a rescue that we dug it out of a tree row, paid a couple $100 for it, and today we're going to paint the frame. We've already touched up the frame, the heavy rust bits with some rust barrier from Duplicolor. We already did that. I've got the hardware off, and what I'm going to do is soak all the hardware in some Evaporust while we get started on this. So I'm just going to, I've been using this Evaporust over and over again, so we're just going to drop it all in here and let it soak while this is going on, and hopefully we end up with less rusty hardware. Again, this build, we're trying to keep the cost down as much as possible, make it look as good as we can, make it run as good as we can for as little to no money as possible. So we have we've already cleaned the outside of the tank. I've got to go ahead and line the inside of I soaked it in vinegar for about you can see it sitting over there. I soaked it in vinegar for about a week just to get it nice and clean, and then we're going to line it with POR 15. I got started with the frame already with some wire brushes, just going over, knocking off the loose stuff, and then some sandpaper on mainly the bits on the outside that you're going to see the most. Again, I'm trying to freshen this up, trying to clean it up. So what we're going to do is we're going to use Eastwood Extreme Chassis Black. This is the gloss. They make a high gloss and a satin. We're using the gloss and a foam brush. What you doing? I know you guys are probably saying there's no way you can paint a frame with a foam brush. If it works, can it be wrong? So we're going to go ahead and get to this. I'm going to get you guys in a little closer. I'm not going to make you watch me paint the whole thing. We'll come back, we'll put a quick coat on. I like to do it in several layers. We'll put 3 or 4 coats of paint on, and this paint is really hard, and it's 2K. So it's going to be fuel resistant, which is awesome. So let me get you set up and then we'll get to painting. Okay guys, here we go. Foam brush, Eastwood chassis paint. Works out pretty good. It's really thin, so it goes on nice and smooth. I don't really worry about putting on a heavy coat because it's so thin, but you can see, and don't worry about the runs, just wipe them off. Again, I'm not doing a concourse restoration, but I love to paint the frames of every motorcycle I have, just because, well, I forgot a bolt, because it just makes it look cleaner. Right? Throw that in the juice. So again, you can already see the difference that this is making. And we'll lay down a bunch, we'll probably do 3 or 4 coats on here. See how it goes, see how it lays down. I like to do more just because it gets nice and smooth. You can already see how much it's laying down. Look, you come down here. Hope you guys can see this. I can get you in closer if I need to. And like I said, I don't worry too much about the drips. All you gotta do is come back and wipe them and they smooth right out. It's ridiculous. This shouldn't work this easy and this good, but it does. And I used to use POR 15 or just Rust-Oleum in the can. POR 15 was good, it's just it was expensive, and once if you didn't store it in the refrigerator, you know, it's not going to last, so you'd only use a little bit. This has been good so far. This is the second frame I do with this, and I think I'll be able to do like 100 frames because you use very little. Again, not trying to make a 100-point restoration, but really just cleaning that up. I don't know if that's showing up on camera the way it should be, but that looks pretty smooth. It's laying down pretty crazy. And again, I'm not worried about if I have bleed through with I'm not covering, because I'm going to come back and do it again. A little goes a long way. But this just makes, I think this makes all the difference when just in cleaning it up. It's almost like detailing your car and not doing the tires, right? Just cleans it up, it makes it look good. So I'm gonna keep going at this. I'll check back with you guys once we're done. Okay guys, here we are after one coat with a foam brush and the Eastwood chassis black paint. We're gonna let it sit for, but look how good it looks. We're gonna let it sit for about 15 minutes and then we're gonna come on and put another coat on. First coat's kind of the hardest, kind of getting it down. The next couple of coats going pretty easy. So I'll check back with you guys when we get to it, but that looks pretty good. Okay guys, here we are, we're back. This is after our first coat. It's had time to dry. It looks really good. We're gonna go ahead and put on coat number 2. Same as we did before. Again, the first coat is the one that probably, I think, takes the longest, but then after that, you can really just start laying it down and it goes on so much smoother. And that's it. We'll keep going at this guy. We'll put some paint on it and then we'll check back with you guys in a little while. Okay guys, here we are after 2 coats of Eastwood chassis black on this frame. You can see it looks really good. It lays down really smooth. So we'll check back to you after the next coat. Okay guys, so there you have it. We have successfully painted our frame for the 1968 Honda CB350 KO. Again, we did it with a foam brush. How can something so wrong be so right, right? Looks really good. I'm gonna let this dry, then we'll start putting it all back together. So guys, as always, thanks for watching and do us a favor, like, tag, share, and follow us on Instagram at Motorcycle Rewind. Thanks again guys and have a great day. GoPro, stop recording.